Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I'm here with my Frankenplanner. So you can see from the title that I'll be talking about what my Frankenplanner has been like for the past week. But first, happy Sunday. I hope you've had a great day today. Today's actually Sophia's birthday. We're celebrating her birthday parties, one for her friends and one for her family. So it's a very busy day, but I'm excited to be recording this video just to give you a peek into what's been going on for my Frankenplanner and just talk a little bit about how it's been going. So just to start off with, I've got it set up on this cover that I got from Amazon. It is linked in my description as one of the pieces for my 2025 Frankenplanner setup. I also have it on metal classic size discs. You can see that it's already starting to fill out. So I would say that one of the first things that I'm considering is upgrading it to expander disc, just because the size of it tends to get very, very full as the month goes on. And it's only, I mean, we haven't even made it. Well, we did make it through the first week with today, but starting next week, it'll be the first full week of January. And, you know, it's not even a full week of January yet. So it's bulging already. So that's the first thing that I've already started talking to myself about, and I have not yet moved it, but I don't like it when the planner gapes open, and so that's definitely something for me to consider, is just going ahead and moving it to expanders so that way it doesn't gape open. And you can't see it, but it definitely is. You can kind of see it. There's a little bit of a bulge, and definitely on the bottom you can kind of see it a little bit better. So that's the first thing. Going in here, I do have pretty much the entire setup that I had originally proposed for January. I also have my cheat sheet here of what I wanted to talk about today. And so we're just going to really run through this list that I have. Pretty much everything remains the same. The first section is my annual section. I put in all of this stuff with my name pages and all these other components. But one thing that I did forget to add in part 1 of my video was my word of the year. And so in part 2 of my Frankenplanner setup, I found the word of the year, which this year is bloom. And so I did pull it in part 2 and put it in here. But this was one of the things from part 1 to part 3, this part, that has been added. So definitely wanted to just kind of highlight that. I still have my washi dots, my sticky notes. These two I have not used as much this week, but I feel like as I go into January, I'll still be needing these items, and so I'm going to leave them in for the time being. I also have a calendar for 2020, well, this is for 2025 and 2026, and so I'm going to leave these in here as well, just to jot out any events that are in future months. I do ignore the day of the week that's next to it, and I just write it by the date. So that is that. My catch-all is still in here, working out wonderfully. There's really not anything I want to show in terms of changing that out. And in fact, these next couple of sections, my health planner, my growth planner, and my family planner, all of those remain the same. Those were set up in part 2 of my Frankenplanner video setup, of the January setup. And so I'll link that video as well as part 1, so that way you can see it. And then the last thing we're really going to talk about is just this other change that I made here. Well, 2 things, is this last section. Now, this last section was initially notes, and I decided let's just go ahead and move in my budget. My budget is a classic size planner. It sits in the same area in terms of being stored as a specialty planner with all of my other planners, and so there's no reason for it to kind of live separately. And so I went ahead and put it in here. So let me just show you what it looks like. This was for this week. All right, I haven't filled it out yet, but what I'm going to be doing for these line verticals is just using my categories and tracking how much I spend per week for each category. So that's my goal. I do want to try to do this a little bit more regularly, but this week just got away from me. Super busy this week with Sophia's birthday. So that needs to be filled out. And then it's just a line vertical page just to show you what a clean page looks like. That's what it looks like. I ended up, from my budget planner, pulling over all of these random stickers. It gave me a top tab as well. I do like to separate my sections by top tabs rather than side tabs. And you notice that my side tabs label the sections. And so that was another change was just changing out the note section to the budget section. So what ended up happening then is I moved my note section to the very, very back. This remains the same. It's still the very back section. It just doesn't have a side tab. But these are just random sheets of daily page papers that I stored back here because I didn't use them last year in 2024. So they're back here just for me to like write scratch notes on. And then I did already have envelopes in here from my previous part 1 setup. And so this one's actually, you can't tell, but it's backward. It was backwards, right? But these envelopes, I love these things. They're about the classic size. And so all I have to do is pull it out of the packaging and punch it. I do punch it using my arc punch, my Staples arc punch. But it fits in perfectly, and you know, you can kind of see that it's a little bit wider than the sheet of paper and a little bit taller than the sheet of paper, but I think it's perfect. Usually it's clear, so I don't have to worry about like looking around it, right? So I already did have envelopes in here, but one thing that I did add was a pin loop to one of them, so that way I could get a pen attached in here. And so these pens are fine liner color pens that I got from Amazon. I should be on screen. And so actually I'll add this to my description for my 2025 Frankenplanner setup. I'm going to be using these pens for the year until I run out of them. I bought like a big pack, like a 20 pack, I think. And they are great pens. They're like fine liners. And I like writing with them. So that was it. So really just a quick update for like the things that have been changing. For my planners, my catch-all, health, family, and all the planners that are in here. What is the other section? Health. Those, did I say that? Okay, so it's my personal, health, family, and growth. Okay, so those 4 planners that were in here originally, those have all been working out well. I'm not gonna go through those just because I do have a separate flip through video at the end of the month going through every single page, but it's working out well. I do love Frankenplanning. Keeping it all together is really, really helpful for me. And so yeah, that's it. I wanted to keep it a little bit on the shorter side today because again, it is Sophia's birthday today and I have to go get ready for everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you can see how my system changes over time, even within just a few days. There are things that I need to add, and so that's part of the fun of the disbound system, is that you can add things, take things out, move things around, right? So this was just an update for what has happened so far in my Frankenplanner for 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment or a question if you have any of those, and until the next video, bye guys.